we actually get on board. So let's find some monkey business, or 5 o'clock somewhere. Right, but it's not here. It's not 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay, so I guess we're on. We're on. So we had to use the bumper music there. So I guess we're gonna go with 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it's really the first thing that popped up, and I guess it is 5 o'clock somewhere. It's actually going on 7 o'clock here. So really, probably it's not 5 o'clock somewhere. It's really like 5 o'clock nowhere at this point in time, because the time is now 6:53 Central Standard Time in the great state, well, maybe not so great state of Illinois, as we are traveling down the street here. And welcome to the show. This is All Over the Road with Cindy Lou. I'm your hostess, Cindy Lou. So welcome back. We did an hour, or no, actually we did 45 minutes, and I'm still looking for that video because Jeff called me and interrupted. And I mean, fucking hate that shit when that happens. I mean, I kind of want the phone to ring, but not after I've been yammering on for 45 minutes, because there was probably something deep that was said there, and we did further unlock the mysteries of the universe. I mean, we probably did unlock some truth, and now it might just be gone in cyber purgatory or something, because Jeff decided to call me, and tell me about the job that we were trying to accomplish, and that wasn't fun. I mean, seriously. I mean, I've been going on for like 45 minutes. I was talking about Paula, and I haven't heard back from Paula. I did write back to Paula, by the way, but we have not heard yet back from Paula because communication problems and stuff like that. But we do understand that we can send us messages. So if you're watching this live, you can send me a text message. And I can try and read it. It's got to be real short though, because I can't open it. So I mean, if you got like a three-letter or a 3-word question, you want to like WTF? Maybe it's like, well, we'll try and answer your question, but it can't be a very long and wordy question at this point in time for the live show. We do take in questions, comments, and so on, and we try and answer these things. We address the issues of the day, in due time. So if you do have an issue and you're struggling to find the answer to something because it just doesn't make sense, much like this show, you can write me, write to Reverend Dr. Cindy Lou, Reverend Dr. Cynthia L. Feelgood. What are my other monikers? I'm sure I have plenty of them. So yeah, but we had a great show last time, and we didn't bring it in, and it worked out well. We had like the perfect bumper music. I mean, we used some crew, but today we used 5 o'clock somewhere, even though it's not 5 o'clock anywhere because it's 6:54. So traffic and weather on the 4s, I guess, seems to be becoming a trend around here. I guess if we watched the last few shows, that's what we're doing. We're traffic and weather on the 4s. So let's hit the traffic and weather on the 4s with Cindy Lou and Minivan 1. So Cindy Lou, how's traffic doing out there? We're doing all right. We are traveling down 294, 80 eastbound. We are heading to Michigan. That's the title of the show. Traffic is moving reasonably well. Probably a little slow down due to weather, as it is raining, and the skies are a little bit gray skies all around me. Our traffic and weather person sings apparently. So should I sing the traffic and weather report? So all right, traffic and weather's that's been traffic and weather on the 4s. If you know the low gas price out there, please let us know, and we'll be sure we can put that up on the map. Okay, but so we know about traffic and weather. I mean, that's the show. It's all about being in traffic and getting to where we need to go. I had a great show, so I guess right now, I mean, the idea is while we still perfect our craft. I can't believe I've been talking for 5 minutes already. I mean, and if you're watching this, I can't believe you've been watching for 5 minutes. So I mean, this is just horribly wrong. You know, you ever seen something you just thought that's just horribly wrong? You know, that's it. So definitely, that's it. So well, anyway, welcome to the show. This is All Over the Road. If this is your first time joining us, a little background about All Over the Road. We are broadcasting live through Wirecast up to YouTube, and checking out the communication systems. You know, it's a freelance thing that we do. Nobody's paying us for this testing yet. So, but it is technically a show. It's a talk show. We discover all the things that we never thought of and probably shouldn't think about, and maybe we didn't want to think about. And but it's all over the road, because literally it is all over the road. I mean, we are all over the road. Today we're going to Michigan, and but then it's also because it's all over the road. You know, like that's, you know, if you have a father, you know, that's what mine says. You know, like whenever anything gets on the floor, no matter how small, it's all over the floor. You know, and then we got to get out the dustbuster and you know, paper towels and the vinegar solution for the hardwood floor. And we've got a problem with the dog actually getting it all over the floor. But he doesn't seem to yell at the dog, you know. But I drop one Cheerio, you know. I mean, babies can drop as many Cheerios as they want to, and you know. But I do, and it's all over the floor. It's all over the floor. So this is All Over the Floor. I'm Cindy Lou, your hostess. Your hostess with the mostest, and a little something extra, like we like to say, and we do talk about that. Said we were gonna have a good show last time. I don't know what happened to the last show. I was looking for the playback here. I don't really want to watch the playback. I know what I'm saying. But I just want to make sure that the playback comes. And apparently the playback, the big payback, not the payback, the playback. The playback, apparently there's a delay. So while we do record this live, there is a delay before it actually condenses itself back into a video. And then you can all watch the playback, and which probably, I'm sure 90% of you, you know, well, most of you, you know, or maybe it's 100%. You know, if there's one viewer out there, you would make up 100% of our viewing audience. So, so to my one viewer, I don't even know who the name of my, you know, I mean, well, you know, I'm sure we have one viewer. Maybe he works for the NSA, and Special Agent Joe at the sounds, you know, mysterious. Yes. So I guess if you're my viewer, hi, Special Agent Joe, down at the National Security Administration. We're glad to have you watching this. So I'm sure they are. I really, you know, I mean, because once these things upload, there's a delay. There's a delay, and then it doesn't come out as a video, and then once I look at it, and it's like, okay, the video is actually ready to be, you know, distributed to wherever it needs to go, and you know, we'll distribute this one on, well, probably maybe on my blog, and well, yeah, we should. I mean, I think we should broadcast these on the blog, you know, and that's where you can get it. But it is on YouTube. It will be on YouTube, so you know, you can subscribe to my channel. Which apparently shouldn't be hard to find if you're watching this. So, I'm Cindy Lou, and yeah, so that's it for right now. I mean, what else can we say? But I think we have. What I was saying was, excuse me. There's a delay when it comes to the upload time versus the video time. So you will probably see the playback, and that's it. But we had a great show last time, and I'm still waiting to hear, you know, so that's kind of my problem right at the moment. So maybe they did think it was 5 o'clock somewhere, and they all, went and, was twisting off somewhere. Meanwhile, somebody's got to try and upload the damn last video that I put up here, because I thought it was a good show. I mean, we're talking about my experiences with dating and my experiment, and I guess maybe if it doesn't come along, we'll have to kind of go back to that. But we don't know. I mean, we just don't know. It's like we don't know where the road is going, or where the road is going to take us. I know where the road is taking me. We have a GPS friend here too. But I think partially let's get a little deep. Let's get a little deep into life and say that sometimes I don't think we know where the road is going to take us. I mean, I really actually don't know. I mean, I know the vicinity. I know the geographical location. I have an address that we're trying to find, and it is if we or get the pinch or time travel. But most likely we're gonna wind up stopping at a rest stop. Where there's a rest stop up above the head. It's down the road a ways. But I think to get back to that philosophical statement, that sometimes we don't know where the road is going to take us, and I don't really know exactly where. I've never been to this location before. I've never been to Muskegon, Michigan. I mean, it's not. I'm sure it's a lovely place, and we'll find out, and I'll probably give you the full report on what the road conditions are in Muskegon. I'm sure they probably have a McDonald's there. I'm sure they probably have a Subway, and there's probably a gas station. It is Michigan. They might have a Speedway, so we'll probably wind up going there. But if it's one of those Speedway cafes, maybe I'll get one of the big sandwiches and get 500 bonus points, for getting the big sandwich. Which, as far as sandwiches from the gas station go, Speedy Cafe is actually, we'll give props to the Speedy Cafe. Tell you, it's like, okay. I mean, it's not all about sandwiches. I mean, it really isn't all. Well, maybe it is all about sandwiches, and we'll come back to that, I guess. Maybe it is all about sandwiches. I'm not really hungry right now. I had my Slim Fast, so I think we're going to be good for a little while, and we don't really need to eat at this point in time. But now that I'm talking about food, if you're up, go out, get yourself something to eat, some, pretzels and cheese or whatever it is you eat, something healthy, something light. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, but I'm really kind of ticked off here because we're still trying to, and I'm going to get to the crux of the show right now. Tonight, I mean, today, coming up today, we've already been going on for 15 minutes. I think it's time for, intros is over, right? Maybe. I mean, coming up today on All Over the Road with Cindy Lou, we're going to talk about the bathroom issue. So why don't we just start getting on that right now? I think because I did allude to this, and that's what we're supposed to. And this is what I really wanted to talk about. It's not that I really want to talk about it, but I mean, obviously, I get a lot of questions about bathroom use. I don't know about you all, but I know I do. And I mean, I'm 40 years old. I've mastered it by now. But maybe the older people that they don't know how to use the potty. And I believe that stemming from obviously one of the great. Well, actually, it should be one of the last arguments of our time. I mean, honestly, I think I do follow politics, and I remember several years ago, Vice President Joe Biden. And if you didn't know the name of our Vice President, his name is Joseph Biden. He was a former senator from Delaware. But you should know that. I don't think my sister knew that, but she doesn't care. So anyway, Vice President Joe Biden. Had said years ago that the transgender issue is the civil rights issue of our time. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty profound. I mean, it's a pretty broad. I mean, very large proclamation. I didn't really think this should be such a large issue. And it wasn't a big, I believe when I'll have to look that up, get back to you, or maybe somebody can look that up, or you can look that up if you really, really care. But just trust me, they may have said this. But back then, I mean, I remember because I was still early on in transition, and so it has been within the last 4 or 5 years. Let's just say that. Let's just say within the last 4 or 5 years it was said by our vice president, whose name is Joe Biden, and see, you're learning things. So you've learned one thing from this show so far. Vice President of the United States named Joe Biden. Okay, 'cause I think a lot of people don't know that. I mean, you'll see a lot of those people on street interviews, and I mean, it is mind-boggling when you watch those things on Water's World or whoever, or who else does it? Mark Dice does them for InfoWars, and but he gets into little, but remember Jay Leno used to do those things, and he'd be like, the first president of the United States, was, and very few people got it, and then it's turned into other things, but they're not gotcha questions, and I have a big problem with the younger crowd not knowing basic facts. I don't know what trying to keep it clean. This is a family show, by the way, so we, sometimes we just want to go off and just want to, shout out the F word, but we're trying to make this a family show, for your viewing consumption. My work of, relaying the message to you, to so on and so forth. Then my work would be done, and then we could just hang out, and we could listen to Crew Tunes, in the car, which I think we'll probably get to. So, like the last show I did, I came out, and I had to tell, I came out to the world, and it was a very brave thing for me to do, I think. But basically, I've recently come out of the closet as being a crew head, and I'm no longer ashamed of this fact. I am a crew head. No help is on the way. It's actually not a crew song. It's a 6 a.m. song. But there's resources out there for my help and my reassimilation into society. Because the first step is really acknowledgement, and it took a long time for me to come out, as being a crew head, and it did. I mean, this is a courageous thing. Probably more so than the whole transgender thing. I mean, transgender thing was easy. I mean, but coming out as a crew head, that's difficult. People will look at you funny, and they will totally look at you funny. So, because I do subscribe to the universal church of the Motley Crew, because I mean, we're all in this together. We're all a Motley Crew. I mean, when you put everybody together, it becomes a very Motley Crew. And but little did we all know back in 1981, the profound impact that the crew would have on us. But we've learned, and they've taught us their lessons, and I can, I'm here to help, reiterate and kind of reteach those lessons, the lessons that Motley Crue teaches us, that will help us get by in our daily life. And like I said, it was a very difficult thing to come out. Or I'll put them up cigarettes right away. Right now I'm just really coming out and showing you what a lousy human being that I am. And maybe you're a lousy human being, and if you feel like you're a lousy human being, well, you've come to the right place, because we can be lousy human beings together. So I'm still trying to master this whole life thing, and it is kind of a foreign concept. So, but the crew definitely helps out. So if you want to, and I think, as we further, get into the scriptures of the crew, we can really, really examine, where we are as a people and where we're going to go as a people. As they did say in Time for Change, it is time for change. Not tomorrow, but today. So, like I said, there are things like our species, to space and beyond, because they were on the moon, but they wrote a song called First Band on the Moon. So I'm going to take their word for it. I think they were the first band on the moon. I guess there probably wasn't any footage from NASA, because, with Tommy and Vince and Nikki and Mick, up there on the band, I mean, I don't think they had backup dancers. I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't a video really what it's all about. So, I believe that's really the message that Motley Crue is trying to say. The overall message, I think that's really the overall message. I think that there's so many messages, but this is not about. So there's got to be a right song, and eventually we'll come up to it. Maybe we'll sing along. And although my voice is still a little bit, wrong for the whole thing. So I guess if you saw this last time, you do know that you do not have to adjust your camera. This is not a test. This is not a drill. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can turn it off, but we'll hope you stay with us. But we are not in England. We are in, 7:14, time for traffic and weather on 4s. Cindy Lou, Tom back at us and tell us how traffic and weather are. Well, traffic and weather is, it's busy out here, so it's raining, and we need new wiper plates and minivan 1, Cindy. Noted. So it is raining. It's about 70 degrees-ish. We're traveling. Traffic is broken up. We're cruising attitude of 75 miles an hour on 8094. If you're not here, expect to avoid the normal tight spots. Hopefully you're not stuck in it. And if you see a low gas price out there, give us a shout out. And so you can tell your friends, or you can tell your friends. But this is the traffic and weather of the forest, back to Cindy Lou. Okay, so we were back. We're getting back to basics, and I think all the basic principles that you ever really need to learn in life, the crew will help you with. I hope you all know exactly how broad of a step it was to come out as being a crew head. So, and if you're a crew head, you can. If I can do it, you can do it. You can come out of the closet. It's time to live your authentic life. And that's one of the basic tenets. That's actually probably one of the things that we have learned from Motley Crue. You just live your life, do your thing, and enjoy the music. And hi, Reverend Dr. Cynthia L. Feelgood. Brothers and sisters, men and women, and those in between. Everybody, all of humanity. So, but we were going back to when we started this out, this show was supposed to be about the transgender bathroom issue, because apparently that's blowing up, and I guess I'm feeling a need to, use my bully pulpit here to, this guy's probably looking at me wondering, what the fuck are you talking to? Oops. All right. I wish we could edit that out. I'm trying to make this a family show here. Big black truck, and this is probably with the government, because they're following me around. So, but it is a thing that apparently I get asked a lot of questions about. That's because I'm obviously I'm transgender, although I hate the title. I don't want to be a transgender person. And basically, what had happened with us, love it when they say what happened. I love it when people say, what they, you can't see that sounded racist. That doesn't sound, but we know what I'm talking about. So this is comedy. Basically, all right, that's a good way of actually thinking about this here, really. And I think that we really need to laugh at these things. Plus, while we learn that there are certain people in life that can, and certain people that don't. And so, I'm Cindy Lou, and of course, I know how to use the potty. I think I've said this before. And we're going to kind of, teach people how to really, be aware of the fact that there are transgender people, and really more so than transgender people, because it's a very broad title, and that's obviously causing a lot of the confusion. There are transsexual people out there, which I apparently am one of them, and they're a very small population. It is a very small community. I mean, we're talking. I read somewhere, and I think I've said this before, but maybe on a different broadcast. But I read somewhere recently, they were talking about statistics, and they said as of 2010, so it is an older statistic, by the way, as of 2010, the Social Security Administration had reported about 89,000 and some change requests for name changes, where someone has changed their name from something that is particularly of one gender to that of a name of another gender. Some of you, if any of my friends are watching this, we know, you kind of know me personally, or maybe you knew of me. People that I've known for a long time, I would say. Some of them still know my old name, my dead name, if you will, because we did get and rubble strips and construction. We're not on the forest, so I can't do traffic weather right now. But they might know my old name, and we don't use that name. Nobody calls me that. I mean, everybody who knows me these days, even if my name is so. But I think that's a good barometer of it to say exactly who's transsexual or who's transgender, because the issue with the transgender movement per se, that's what we'll call it, the transgender movement. It's a very political term, and it's all encompassing, and it's so broad based because we don't want to offend anyone, and and there's not anything out there that anyone can do that won't offend anyone else. I mean, we've become, especially in this country, at least in America, in the United States of America, we are getting too light. Everything is offensive. You probably heard the clip of the social justice warrior feminine, or feminist, out there, like, everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic, and I think that is one of these things that the younger, at least the younger generation is having to contend with. And of course, it's this is really just to throw wedge issues out of everything else, to forget exactly what's going on with the economy and the fact that life does go on. I am out here at work. We're not out here just hanging out for fun. It's not just go for a drive time with Cindy. It's I'm at work. I'm producing something. Or I'm actually performing a service at this point in time. And maybe with the show, that's another way to actually perform another service. So obviously, what I'm doing right now takes time, and it could be almost wasted time. It could just be me going, or I could just be rocking out with a crew, and because now we know that I came out as a crewhead, and I almost thought about going to there, but instead I got a job, so I don't think we're gonna make the show, because probably could. Shit. Well, no, because I gotta get this thing delivered at a certain time frame. So I'm gonna miss the 6 a.m. show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, tonight. But and there's a lot of interesting. There's a lot of messages in 6 a.m. music too, because it's basically the same writer, and it's Nikki Sixx. Or I'm writing a piece about this about the blog, which I'm still still working on it. But I'm writing the piece. I'm not talking about the piece. So there will be an article coming out on Transcendence.com about Nikki Sixx and about 6 a.m. Well, more about the crew. So, but doesn't have anything to do with the crew. Okay, I mean, they probably sang something about it, but they didn't sing a song like Lola or anything like that. They don't do this shit. But back to the whole thing. I mean, I think a lot of the younger people in this country, they have to deal with these wedge issues, and meanwhile, they don't get to see the surveillance and this, that, and the other thing. The other things that maybe they should be learning about, and then maybe they're not even learning about the same things in school. And I think schools are kind of doing a disservice to the younger crowd. But I'm not permitted in the schools, and I am actually permitted in the schools. But I have no desire to be in the schools. I mean, it puts me in an awkward situation. It's because people look at you funny. So I mean, and I remember this from years ago. Where I'm just trying to make my way to some place or whatever. This is back when you're just what now? I didn't look the way I'm still living my life as male, and I did everything that I was supposed to live as male. But I remember going around here in the airport, here, there, and the other thing, and it's like people are like just the mere look sight of me, even as just being a man. People are like come here, Junior. It's like we, come to mommy, stranger danger and stuff like that. And there's a wild thing that it's like, I think the airlines actually put a thing that said, you can't have a child sitting next to a single man, just because they don't want lawsuits, they don't want this. Obviously, the problem is men, okay, and but I think ultimately women, they have to understand conscious effort here. I'm using my voice. Years ago, I basically kind of understood I got a voice for radio and have a face for radio, but I can't really just do radio, so that's why you're getting the video, and it's kind of like it's kind of like anything. If you're watching Rush Limbaugh or you're watching what are the other ones? Alex Jones does the stuff, where they've got the web camera in the well, Alex Jones puts on a show, but Rush Limbaugh's got his little webcam, where you can listen to the radio show, because that is the Rush Limbaugh show. See, the Rush Limbaugh show is Rush, Al Rushbo on the IB network. Talent on loan from God. Talking of the half his brain tied behind his back just to make it fair. So does Rush the be all end all of the thing? I don't know what I haven't listened to Rush in a long time, so I couldn't tell you exactly how he falls exactly on the whole bathroom issue with those transgenders, which is grammatically wrong, by the way, and probably offensive too. But I'm not offensive. I mean, politically speaking, I actually kind of believe a lot of what or I fall a lot with Mr. Limbaugh, with Al Rushbo, or I consider myself to be more conservative and more. I will be voting. I probably will be voting with the Republican Party this time. Okay, because I guess that's just the way it's going. And I know that also in the whole giant broader issue, now that like the trans community is not so happy with Caitlyn Jenner, because Caitlyn Jenner follows, and I don't think he's got a real big issue with the whole transgender thing either. But I think where the big giant debate in this, where we get lost as people when we talk about the whole giant debate about, who can use which bathroom, and you need to use the bathroom, by virtue of the fact that when you were born, some doctor whose name you probably don't even know looked at your body and said, yeah, that's that, and you're a boy or you're a girl, and that's the way it is, and I mean that's partially true. I think it's a good indicator, because obviously, 99.999% out of 100. I mean that's a good test of who's a man or who's a woman. But I think some of it, and I don't really, it is a birth defect in a sense, but it's not really a birth defect because I'm actually a pretty capable person, I suppose. I might not be the best orator, but it's just something. I mean, there was obviously something that compels me to do this, and that's why that's because you need to see actual, real, live transsexual people, and I don't speak for all of them, so I don't want the other I don't want other transsexuals getting on my ass, saying how dare you say that about us. And we got a message from Kathy who's got the phones. Okay, Kathy's not a transsexual, but she's got the phones right now. So I didn't see a question there. So Kathy, if you're watching this, sorry, I'm not going to answer whatever question you had because I didn't really see the question. So we'll get back after we stop recording, stop moving live, and so on and so forth. So we are at Jesus, 39 minutes. Wow. Time flies. Time flies when you're driving with Cindy Lou. Time drives when you're driving with Cindy Lou. There's a slogan here somewhere. I mean, there's got to be a slogan or a tagline or something like that. I mean, so if you are just watching this is All Over the Road. I'm Cindy Lou, your hostess, and we're all over the road, broadcasting live, sending it up to YouTube, and you can catch the playback. So welcome to the show. We are coming back to you talking about the transgender issue in America and how I relate to it. I think that's partially the reason, one of the reasons for the show here is that we need to talk about it, and I think that in America, we're talking about this, and people are getting mad, and it's becoming a wedge issue because they don't want to see men in the ladies' room, and I don't want to see men in the ladies' room either. I'd call the cops. So, but they just actually got into a little, thing on another social media network, and somebody had brought something up for me the night before. So apparently, a lot of us, these are people that I know, and it's never been an issue. But I think I've made or maybe it has been an issue, but it shouldn't be an issue, because well, me. But for other people, maybe it makes them uncomfortable. And if I make you uncomfortable, really, if I'm making you uncomfortable, well, I don't know why you're watching. Okay, so let's just safe to say, if you're watching this, I'm not making you uncomfortable. I mean, maybe you're a little uncomfortable because you think we're about to crash, but you know what? I got it under control here. So even though we're right on the rumble strips because there's construction everywhere, traveling through Indiana, traffic and weather on the 4s. We are traveling right at the appropriate speeds on 94 eastbound, heading to Michigan. So if you're here, that's wonderful. If you're in the car next to you, that's great. If you're not, it's kind of probably irrelevant. But that's traffic and weather. If you see a low gas price out there, be sure to let us know. Because we'd really like to know where the gas is. So maybe the gas, maybe gas is cheaper in India. Oh yeah, if you make me uncomfortable, if I make you uncomfortable, which I should, this is the most non-threatening thing. I think this is like the most non-threatening way I can communicate with people. I'm just in the car. I'm in minivan 1, and we're just taking a drive. So welcome to All Over the Road with Cindy Lou. Let's talk about the transgender issue. It always goes back to, we don't want men in the ladies' room. That's the gist of it. Okay, very little is mentioned about female to male people. And if you don't know what a female to male person is, it's someone who was born a girl and now has, for their own sake, it's maybe a male to female strength, and even the people who are, maybe the most passable out there, they're still probably maybe tells. It's a very, very rare unicorn to find a person who happens to be transsexual, who you can 100% without a doubt never mistake for the wrong, as being born, that I've not actually done, which will give me away at every time, is my voice. But my voice is built for broadcast. I've tried to pitch it up, and I can't even do it right now. But when I was doing it, and I can make a more feminine sounding voice. But even when I do that, it eventually sounded a little fake. And I think when you have as much to talk about as maybe I do every day, but I go to the same places a lot. It's really basically a circle. But I have a really big, huge backyard. And I see all these people. I never have problems with them. They kind of take it for granted and whatnot. But we were getting into this story because I guess somebody had said, I think you're making some people uncomfortable. And maybe it was just, maybe it's just the person in the bathroom. Now, I think I did make somebody uncomfortable the other day, but that was a specialty thing. That had nothing to do with the bathroom, actually. I guess it started there because we needed a place, outside the music and in private to talk, on camera, because we did do a video a couple days ago about, being in the bathroom. And, I was in the men's room, and I don't normally use the men's room. I love the iPhone. You're like the best cameraman I've ever met. You are a true friend, iPhone. You are a true friend. So, iPhone, you're my friend. We're broadcasting live from the iPhone. So, and you're not in England. You see the playback. You gotta see if we got bars. We're getting this figured out. So, I know nobody's really planned on live broadcast shows, but there it is. We've actually gone on for, I don't want to lose this, so we've gone on for 50 minutes. Okay, you know what, we're going to have to cut the show off. We're going to make this a two-part show. We're going to come back and we're going to talk more about the transgender bathroom issue, and I'm going to tell you more stories about how we do that, because I think, you need someone like myself to kind of clarify this. Say it's okay to embrace our differences, and not everyone is a stranger danger, and out to get you. Some people just really got to go. That's basically it. So we are going to do that, and obviously, so maybe that is part of the big show. I'm not above bathroom humor, so because we can have a lot of fun with bathroom humor. So I've been trying to keep this show out of the toilet, but apparently I'm probably sinking right back in the toilet. Sink in the toilet. It's like, depends on what you ate, I guess. So anyway, this is All Over the Road. I'm Cindy Lou. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here next time, further exploring the transgender bathroom issue, which should be technically really the transsexual bathroom issue. And we will see you next time. So thank you for watching. And how do I close this out? Really, how do you? I know how to close this out. I'm just trying to make this in a, we welcome you back for our next show. We hope you'll stay tuned as we figure it all out. It's getting dark, so have a good night.